Hi everybody, my name is Danielle Nicely, and tonight I'm going to be talking to you guys about Zoom. A lot of people ask, what is Zoom? Well, the way that I describe it best is it's like FaceTime, but Brady Bunch style. So you can have a bunch of people on at one time, and you can have one designated speaker, or everyone can talk amongst themselves. So it's a really, really great option for RRPs. It's a great option for training a team or even one-on-one game planning if you can't be right there with somebody. So one of the great things about it is you can share your screen. So you can share some of your videos, you can share documents, or I've even, with a new brain partner, walked them through their back office and kind of given them the lay of how their site works so that they can find things. I'm going to do a recording so that you can see how I use Zoom and how to do a couple of the things. So hopefully, I know for not everyone is super duper tech savvy, so hopefully this will make it a lot easier for you. And I've found these Zooms to be so successful, especially with game planning, RRPs that people give you 1,000 excuses under the sun. They can do this from the comfort of their own home in their PJs, drinking a glass of wine. So there's no reason that you can't, one of the best things about Narium, you can do Narium no matter where you are. And this gives you the opportunity to really be in you might not be in the same room, but that face-to-face connection and talking to someone and they can see you and your excitement is a really, really great tool. So hopefully this helps, and enjoy. Hey everybody, so I am going to show you some quick features on what Zoom can do for you. So when you register for an account, you can get a free account, which is awesome. I do have a paid account just in case something goes over 30 minutes. I don't want it to kick anyone off, but if you're joining just to join into a couple of Zoom trainings or an RRP every once in a while, I think your free account would be more than enough. But when you do register, you're going to be given a meeting ID. For that, that's for me right here. That never changes, and I use that for basically anything, Zoom meetings with my team or RRPs or whatever. But there is an option if you want, if there's something that is that you need to be more private and that you don't want everyone having the access to, you can schedule a meeting, you can assign a PIN, and that will keep that that everyone doesn't have that information. So, but for the purposes of tonight, I'm going to go ahead with a regular account. So what would happen is I would click Start down here. And when it pops up, it's going to ask me to join audio by computer, which, by the way, if you are a host, you want to do this by computer so that you have access to all of the features like muting and sharing that you would need to control a Zoom RRP. So as you can see, my video hasn't started yet, which is another great option, like I said in the beginning, for people that are at home in their PJs. They don't have to join by video, and they will all be muted, so it gives them a little bit of privacy if they don't want someone staring at them in their house. So here I would start video, and there I am. So the first thing that I do is I come down here and to manage participants. Obviously, I'm the only one on right now, but when you click that, the little window to the right comes up, and as guests pop on, all their names will show as they go down. So as you can see next to me, my video, neither of these have their big red line through it, so I am not muted and my video is on. I come down here to mute all, and all and new participants are muted, and then you can allow participants to unmute themselves, or you can unclick that so everyone stays muted. I will, however, tell you that for some reason, I do not know how, I don't know why, but some devices will come on and they automatically do not get muted. So you will definitely want to do that manually, make sure everyone's muted, because it's very distracting with the background noise alone. And it depends on what kind of characters you have that would unmute themselves and what they would say. So once everyone's muted, and then also down here, there is a chat feature. I would like to say that people have used it in the past. I like to tell all of my team to not use that. While I've been speaking, I've had notifications come up on the side, and of course I'm thinking they can't hear me, my video's frozen, or someone's behind me about to murder me, and so I get very distracted. So obviously if you're doing some type of group training, it'd be nice to be able to talk if everyone's muted, and that feature would be helpful then, but not for the Zoom RRPs. Record right here, so if you have a special guest that you want to have access to that, their story and what they said about Narium again and again, you can record that, and then once you're done, you end meeting, it will start to process and it will save it to your Zoom folder on your computer. So I'm just going to walk through kind of what I do on a Zoom. So if I'm hosting and I know that at 9 o'clock, that's when that starts, 9 o'clock, I welcome everyone for being on. I tell them that we're going to get started in another minute or two and give the brand partners an opportunity if someone's not on, because they can also see that they can text their guest and remind them to jump on real quick. So then, like I said, a couple minutes later, I would introduce myself and say that I'm going to play a short video, and then we have an amazing guest speaker to tell their story after this. So to share your video, and you can share documents as well, which is really cool. You would share screen. Let me make sure that I have that one loaded up. I sure do. And you would share screen, and then obviously Nerium Communication Center right here. And this is where you can, just FYI, if you are host, they still can see you. See that little window in the corner? They can see you. You cannot see them once you maximize this, though. So when you maximize it, if people aren't muted, you're going to have to minimize to go back and mute people. So make sure that you go back and make sure everyone's muted before you start your video. And so to maximize, you would just click this button. That brings it to full screen, so I can't see anything that's going on, but y'all can see me. And then you're
as the saying goes, real estate.
When it's over, you just minimize it again and go up here to stop share. And this is when I would introduce myself again for anyone that hopped on mid-video, and I would just give a very brief story of mine. And then I would edify and introduce our guest speakers. Give not a lot about their story. Obviously, I want to leave that to them. And just talk about all their accomplishments and how amazing they are, and that's about it. So like I mentioned, this is great for RPs. It's great for team trainings. That face-to-face contact is awesome, and they can see your excitement. So I hope this helps you guys grow your business and get closer to your team as well. So thanks, guys.